Hello and welcome to the Wednesday Thing. This session, called Get Up and Go, is about routine, sleep and time management. The Wednesday Thing is a set of skills development sessions that the College Wellbeing Officers from the Counselling and Mental Health Service run. We present them lecture style rather than as a workshop or group, as this was what feedback indicated would be preferred. The materials that we would have given out in a face-to-face presentation have been hyperlinked on our website under the Wednesday Thing and then the respective session. And within the presentation, we've referred to the use of them and highlighted it using red underlined text, so you can follow along with them if you wanted to. They're also referenced with their links at the end of this presentation. So the session aims are to explore the positive and negative factors of behaviours and activity on physical and mental health, to take control over your behaviours by looking at useful techniques and strategies, to understand the importance of structure and routine, and then to identify the impact of sleep and look at helpful sleep tips, and to look at time management tips. So this is the 5 areas model, which is a model from cognitive behavioural therapy. The idea behind this model is to demonstrate the impact our thoughts have on these other areas of ourselves, so on our mood or emotions, our behaviours, what we did or didn't do, and also our body or physical sensations. And also that those 4 areas of ourself are all interlinked and influenced by each other and influence each other. And then the 5th area, the situation, and how we then think about it are all related. So in this example, the situation is that someone keeps missing their lectures and seminars. And then they start to have thoughts and images regarding that situation along the lines of, I just can't be bothered, I'm not good enough, and negative and worried thoughts. And as a result of thinking like this to this situation, their mood changes. Maybe they feel apathy or sadness, guilt or worry. And then because of this, they may feel tired or possible fight or flight responses, as demonstrated in the Worry in a Hurry Wednesday session video. They may feel empty as well. And as a result of feeling like that, their behaviour may change. They may keep avoiding their lectures or seminars. They might put things off and become more and more isolated, which may then further sustain the other areas of this 5 areas model. So tips and advice to get going. Try using the daily activity worksheet to plan when you're going to get things done. This could be study related or social commitments, paid or voluntary work, or chores and housework, or a mix of all of these. Use the diary to plan in advance and be realistic about how long you need to accomplish tasks. If motivation is a struggle, don't plan too far ahead, maybe a couple of days at a time, so you have contingency time for any tasks that run over and can adjust your next advanced planning accordingly. Don't forget to plan in when you're going to plan the next couple of days. If you're struggling to think of ideas or activities to put in an activity diary, have a look at the Fun Activities catalogue. Maintain a good balance of activities to ensure you don't get too stressed. Make sure that you make time for yourself daily, even if it's just 10 minutes of something you enjoy doing, so that it's not all routine or necessary activities, and there's leisure time in there too. Take a look at the ACE Achieve, Connect, Enjoy information sheet to help with this. Tips and advice to get going. Behavioural activation. Behavioural activation is a technique coming from the angle that it really isn't a matter of feeling motivated. It's a matter of just doing. This behaviour and habit generates then the motivation. The just doing bit can be about starting small and cutting your tasks down into bite-sized, more manageable chunks if motivation is a struggle currently. You can use the activity diary from the previous slide to help plan this technique, and keep in mind to plan smaller and more bite-sized chunks into your diary. For example, instead of simply writing essay across the whole day. Use the time slots within the diary, or make your own if you prefer, to be specific about what aspects of the essay you'll be tackling between, say, 10 and 10:30. For example, read chapter 2, and then from 10:30 to 11, find 3 papers, and so on. The idea behind this is that the specific time blocks and tasks help you to feel that they're more manageable and realistic to undertake. So they help you to just do. And from just doing, you start to feel motivated. Don't beat yourself up if you go over time with one activity. It happens. Keep it in mind for the next time you plan it, and use some planned contingency time to catch up. Don't forget to plan breaks and other events too. Keep the ACE model in mind from the previous slide. For more information on this technique, please check the Behavioural Activation Fun and Achievement information sheet on our website underneath this session in the Wednesday Thing page. If you're struggling with what to put first or where in your activity diary, consider the above to help filter down your entries. List your activities by category, pleasurable, necessary, routine, and then by difficulty, easy, medium, hard, as exampled in these boxes. And use this to filter a range of categories and difficulties in to keep track of and on top of the things you need to do, as well as those you want to do. Maybe use tasks from the pleasurable category to help you tackle hard, necessary ones, or easy but routine ones. Sleep, the benefits and importance. The 8 Reasons Healthy Sleep Should Be Non-Negotiable video from the Mayo Clinic on YouTube explains the benefits and importance of sleep. Unfortunately, sound from the video isn't picked up by the program I'm using to record this presentation, so we have included the link to the video with the other materials on our website. The link is also displayed below. Please have a look at this video. Sleep tips and advice. Blue light. Avoid reaching for your phone, laptop, tablet at bedtime, or if you can't sleep. The light affects the sleep hormone melatonin, and the device is often a gateway to stimuli, for example, social media, which won't help you fall asleep. Routine. Keep to a routine. Try to go to bed and get up at around the same time daily. Maybe extend this to include a routine leading up to bedtime, where you do something relaxing or that helps you switch off if you're struggling with racing thoughts. For example, take a bath, relax with a book, try some mindfulness or mindful colouring. You could also try writing out any problems or a to-do list before you go to sleep to get the worries out of your head. Bed is for sleep. Don't use it as your workspace or social space too. Comfort and temperature. These are important to get to sleep, but sometimes also to stay asleep. We may wake if we're too cold or too hot. Food and drink. Don't go to bed too hungry or too full, and avoid caffeine, sugar and alcohol in the hours before bed, as stimulants won't help you feel sleepy. Give it 20 minutes. If you haven't fallen asleep or haven't fallen back asleep if you've woken in the night, after 20 minutes, get up and do something else. Something relaxing and not stimulating. So no blue screen. For example, read a book until you feel sleepy again, and at that point, try to fall asleep. If you're still awake 20 minutes later, get back up and get the book again. The idea is the chosen relaxing activity is a distraction and provides a different focus point, so may help you focus away from whatever thoughts are stopping you from sleeping. People may worry that all this up and down means we miss an opportunity for sleep to come. But actually what often happens is we end up lying in the dark without distraction and ruminating on those thoughts for hours. The sleep hygiene information sheet from the Centre for Clinical Interventions has got these and many more helpful tips and advice to help with sleep and getting back into a good routine. Time management tips. Goals. Set goals that are SMART, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and resourced, and time limited. Use the SMART Goals worksheet to help you achieve this and to break them down into these categories. Prioritisation. Pick a time period and decide what's most important within it. For example, over the next 2 hours, what falls into the important and immediate category? Perhaps work on the essay due in tomorrow. And what falls into the important but not immediate category? Perhaps the further reading for a deadline next week. And what falls into the not important category? Perhaps being on social media or watching a film for those 2 hours. Plan and schedule. Plan your day or days in advance. Work backwards from deadlines to ensure you have enough time and that the workload is realistic. Stick to your plan even when something takes longer than anticipated, and use contingency time at the end of your planned period to put overflow work into. Give it meaning. Have meaning in your activities, motivation, to help incentivize you into keeping to time and managing the different tasks. Routine. Being consistent with routine, when able, will help with maintaining good time management habits. For example, if you always study for 2 hours on a Wednesday morning, you may be less likely to put something else in this time slot. Focus. Eliminate what distractions you can, and as many as you can, so you can focus. If you tend to find yourself reaching for your phone unnecessarily, for example, then turn it off or to silent and put it out of sight and out of easy reach. Reward yourself. Use rewards that you enjoy to help motivate and incentivize you to start and or finish a task. And sleep. Get good sleep. This helps us to have the energy and resources to manage all of the above more easily. We do have other Wednesday Things sessions that we've recorded for these times. Worry in a Hurry focuses on worry, anxiety and panic and looking at ways to manage and control it. Practically Perfect and Putting It Off looks at struggling with perfectionism and or procrastination or putting things off. And then Give Yourself a Break looks at self-compassion and self-esteem. These are some of the resources, all of the resources we've used in this presentation, and you can also find them, as mentioned earlier, on our website under the Wednesday Thing and under this session. And these are some additional further resources.